Field 1 Force. Yeah, so we've also talked about these bags previously on this channel. They're the gun bag. They're good. I mean, they're made well. It's kind of what you'd expect. So it does come with that thing. And unzip. So one thing I noticed is they do come with a lot of stuff. I kind of like all the stuff they're coming with. So there's a couple things that are weird here. You're getting barrel cover, which, you know, cool, barrel cover. In there. So that is, those are the batteries. So that's a spare battery and a USB charger. The USB charger thing is, I don't know, not a fan. The Ryan Greenspan playing card. One thing I always liked that Bob Long did was ship their guns with these little cards. So this card will, man, it's so bright. So that card tells you a bunch of stuff. It'll tell you, I don't know, the velocity they set it at, what day it was, you know, that kind of stuff. It's just cool. It shows you that, like, they actually did something like that. There's a bunch of, like, quick start things, which I don't quite understand. I kind of wish that this was, like, one manual, right? Like, I kind of wish this was all just one thing. But there are a bunch of different cards. I'm like, what am I, like, I don't know. I find that very weird. I'm not sure about that, guys. I don't know about that one. Okay, there's a paintball gun. We have barrel tip, insert tube barrel, and barrel back. So these are the AccuLock kits. So you get 2 of these barrel backs, actually. So there's a 691 already in here. And that's probably 6, that's probably a smaller size, 683. So 2 barrel sizes. We're just gonna screw barrel on. There's that. There's a shoulder strap for this thing. And parts kit. What's in this parts kit? I didn't actually open this, let's find out. Some Allen wrenches, O-rings. It looks like a reg seat, which is a good thing. Some extra screws. O-ring guide thing, which is handy actually. That's actually really handy. So that actually tells you what O-rings are what, where they go. Cool. Okay. We're popping that down there. And thing of grease. Okay. Yeah, so I like these cases. I'm a fan of these cases. All right, Field 1 Force. There it is. So we're gonna put a barrel on. And I want people to ask some sort of questions, like Philly asked me there, is the eye removal toolless? I thought you asked me something else. No, so that's one of the things I kind of talked about earlier. I was saying on I was talking about the Mac Dev Gun earlier, and I was like, I don't know if I really care so much about having toolless eye covers. So one of the things that I noticed right away is picking this thing up, it is goddamn heavy. This is the heaviest high-end paintball gun you can buy right now. There's no question. Like, it is heavy. And I mean, you can kind of just look at it. I feel like, see how fat the sides are? Like, you can see that red. And like, that's the width of the gun, you know? Like, it's just super wide. Like, there's a bunch of material on there to make it very, very heavy. Yeah. One of the things that I always have liked about, we'll say, the Bob Long guns is just the overall build quality, and you still feel that when you pick these up. So, I mean, it's made very, 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 very well. I have always thought that these Bob Long guns, like, you just hold it and it just feels really, really well made. Like, the build quality on these guns is probably better than Planet Eclipse. Like, I would say that they feel better than the Planet Eclipse guns. And they kind of always have. I think that the biggest issue that I've always had with Bob Long, I'm going to continue to say Bob Long because it's the closest thing we have to compare, is that they were just kind of funny and a little bit weird. So like earlier today, right? Like, I'm taking out the bolt on this thing just to check it out, right? So taking out the bolt, super easy. We just, you know, pop up that back cap. I feel like it's so hard to see. We can just pop up the back cap and then, you know, there's no grease on this though, because I was messing with it, so it's a little stiff. So, yep, it just comes out, right? And this has always been my problem. Is that, like, right? I can take this apart and, like, take the bolt apart And they've always used, so like, this has been a common theme and a common design on all the previous Bob Long guns, right? So like the Victory, the Insight, the Ripper, like whatever they were. They used this can style thing, like where my actual fingers are at, right? And then the bolt moves back and forth like that. So you'd think that there's O-rings in there, right? So there's an O-ring right there. Inside here, there's an O-ring. And then there's actually another one inside there, and then another one inside there. So there's actually 3 O-rings that, you know, take friction when you move it. So I would think that, wow, I want to get this big moving piece outside of this piece, but you like can't do it because they screw the back and the front together, and there's an Allen spot on there, but like you can't get the front off. Like, it drives me crazy. I just don't understand. It's just so mind-blowing, like that I can't take it apart. It's crazy. Like, I put an Allen on the back, and then what do I have to get, like pliers or something on the front? Like, I just don't understand. I can't. And I know that like I can technically try to grease it by greasing these parts and like doing weird stuff and like getting grease in there, but like it's just crazy. Like I want to be able to easily disassemble the bolt, and it's not easy to take apart, and that's always been my problem. So I don't understand that. I definitely like the ergonomics though. Previously when I've owned G6Rs or whatever, like I really like the G6R, and I really like the way these feel. Like holding it in my hands feels very, very good. And I'm a fan of this whole area of this gun. So holding the trigger frame is friggin' awesome. I do think that the foregrip is, for me at least, a slightly too narrow. I wish that the foregrip was a little wider. I definitely like the chunky square shape, like I like the Vanquish. I think the Vanquish feels really cool, how I can like hold the Vanquish on the front, how it's a little bit more square. I find it hard to hold like this. I'll definitely like hold weird. Or what I find I do all the time is, I want to be able to get my hand on this side, is I hold guns like this with my thumb on the side. So instead of holding it just normal like that or wrapping over, I kind of hold back. And I will definitely do that with my like thumb on the side like that with one of these two. So ergonomics I like a lot. A piece that I really like, I think that shows off the overall quality on these guns, and that's a hard thing to convey too, is like just how well they feel in your hands. Like it just feels really nice. I hope that's the right size. So the way you take out the batteries, so right now these are set up to take AA batteries. So there's 2 AA batteries that slide in that front foregrip, but you could also set it up to take that rechargeable battery, kind of like I showed you down there. There's a super chat from someone, but it has not showed up yet. I don't know how to say that name. Luktiv? I don't know. I appreciate that very, very much. Super chats are friggin' awesome. I mean, they're one of the main things that like allow me to do this. Yeah, so thank you. No pressure tester, I saw someone say. I actually have my phone over there with actual pictures of how much it weighs compared to other guns. But they're in grams, and I figured you guys would want grams, and I can't convert it to percentages really quick, so I need to bring it up. It's friggin' heavy. So anyway, yeah. So inside there's 2 AA's, and rechargeable battery is an option inside the grip frame. So you could use that rechargeable and really completely remove those AA's if you want to. So to remove those AA's, you do need a tool though. So because this gun's like completely aluminum and there's no like composite or plastic parts on it all, it's made it difficult for them to make, it really is kind of impossible to make the foregrip toolless, right? You have to have like some weird switches and like craziness going on. Whereas like, I don't know, the CS2, you can remove those grips really easy just because it's all plastic and nylon and whatever. So removing that, you do have to have that Allen. But it is one real easy turn. So you can kind of see in how that pops up right there because it is spring loaded. And this whole piece just falls out, and then those batteries fall out very, very clean and smoothly just because it's so made so well. Like everything is just so fantastic. And then this piece you just pop back in and it clicks into place. That's all you gotta do. It feels really good. I feel like that's the coolest part about this gun. Oh, it's really nice. So you can see, well, this is gonna be really hard to show up on this video, so we're not even gonna try. But it's really cool and really slick, so I like it a lot. I think that someone earlier asked in the chat about eye covers, and that's kind of one of my weirdest things is how it doesn't have toolless eye covers. I mean, we've never seen that with like the Bob Long or like say these Field 1 guns before, so it's not like weird that it has it, but all the other guns do, right? Like all the new current guns all have those removable eye covers. So it's a little weird to not see it with removable eye covers, but I don't think it's that big a deal. Like, I don't know, I don't ever take the eye covers off. I think that I would much rather prefer the batteries be removable without tools because I'm changing the batteries far more often than I'm taking the eye covers off. So, yeah. I don't know. I think that my main thoughts about it are it's heavy. It's super heavy. So that's, I would say, probably not good. It's also, I don't know, ergonomics are really good. So I like it. These guns are pretty hard to find. They're very limited quantities. Like, I'm actually surprised that I have my hands on this. So if you do want this thing, if you head to bfpgear.com or blackfridaypaintball.com, same thing, I'm pretty sure that you can find this bad boy on there and pick it up. I was lucky enough to be able to head by Sac Paintball, a local paintball store here in Sacramento, and they had this thing there for me to borrow really quick. So, yeah. I have to take that back there tomorrow, though, so it'll be at that paintball store, or, yeah, Black Friday's website, so buy it! I'm curious. But yeah, it's heavy. I'm not sure how I feel about the bolt system yet. And ergonomics are awesome, but like I always have said that about these Bob guns, so it has the same frame. Yeah. So because the only thing that's traveling through the force is power, like the only thing, or not the force, the only thing that's traveling through this foregrip is a power, right? So you're putting the batteries in there, and it's just sending power back to the main board. So there's some sort, I've never actually looked inside there, there's some sort of wire or something connecting the foregrip to the main board. But only one wire, right? Because it's just power. It's not sending any other information. So what they've done is allowed you to pull off this and flip it over. So it's somewhere inside there, there's some sort of plate. The reason I bring up the power wire thing is because somewhere in there's something you might have to do to flip to allow to move this foregrip. So you can take off the plate, flip the plate, and then the foregrip will actually move back. So you could move this foregrip, instead of like being right here, it would move to like right here. So it'd be a closer, smaller, I don't know, grip, we're gonna say. I don't think anyone's gonna do that. I mean, I would bet that 1,000, for every 1,000 guns they sell, one person's gonna move the foregrip. I did see that. Someone said efficiency from A&S Gear was disappointing on that. Yeah, for sure. But I don't know, that doesn't make sense because Dynasty uses them and they shoot tons of paint, so I don't know. I was confused by that. It didn't really make any sense to me, so I don't know. So yes, whoever asked, you can move the foregrip back. Yeah, for sure. That's what I've also really always liked about that same person, that's the same people that are physically manufacturing these. So like, if you go to Field 1, right, like they don't actually make these there. They're not like manufacturing them there. It's just like if you went to Dye or Planet Eclipse or whatever, they don't actually make the guns there. They either outsource or they have another manufacturing facility off-site. So Field 1, all these guns are made in Oregon. So they're made in Oregon and anodized and assembled in California, and made very well. So that's a good thing, right? If you're looking to support your local community, if you want to support American manufacturing and just support America, right? Rather than supporting Taiwan, which isn't, I mean, there's nothing wrong with Taiwan, but I'm from here, so yeah, support your local economy. So maybe buying from an American manufacturer like Field 1 it's a good thing. I think it is.